Hi, welcome back. Again, I'm Matt, and I'm new to FPV. So today I want to make sure I focus my eyes on the lens instead of the screen. So excuse me if my eyes keep wandering to the right. So pretty much what I want to do is I want to cover a new Cinedrone that I got, and it's crap, absolute total crap. It's the Eachine Cvatar 2.5 4S. It's junk. There's no other way for me to just to say it. It's crap. It really is. And I'm going to show you in this video. I'm not going to do an unboxing. There's just no point in doing an unboxing. There's hundreds of unboxings out there. You know, pretty much comes with the drone, comes with the antenna, you know, the VTX antenna, comes with the strap, comes with the GoPro mount, and it comes with an extra, I guess you can't really call it a duct in a sense, in the true form, but it is a prop guard. Now, for me, the Cinedrones is what I want. Cinedrone is what is more appealing to me. I don't really care too much about the high speed, the flipping, the flopping, the rolls, stuff like that. I mean, it's fun. Like I've said in the past, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's kind of fun. Just get out and just rip around. But I'm more into photography and cinematography. So I wanted to just try something that I wasn't going to break the bank on. Just to learn on. And when I fly it, it's actually not so bad when I'm flying it around. The problem is that it's so weak. I'm using these 850 mAh batteries, 4S, and I'm just using 75Cs. These are the ones from these are the RDQs. The race day quads. Nice battery, works well, and it's really, really small. However, if I turn to, as you can see, it's not a huge difference in size. The Tattoo Funfly 1300 mAh 100C. I put this on there, and just the little bit of difference in weight, and I'll show you what the weight is here in a few minutes. These motors are just piping hot, absolutely piping hot. It can't handle the weight. I threw a GoPro on it, and I was just using this, and granted, it's probably a little too heavy for this drone. And it was so heavy that it was going like this as it was flying, because it was just constantly trying to regulate and trying to level off, because it could not handle the weight. The motors on it are the Eachine 1404 5000 kVs. They got 2.5-inch 5-bladed props. And that's not even the worst of it. I mean, I would be fine if it couldn't handle the GoPro. I'd be fine if it couldn't handle the bigger battery with just running this battery. The worst part of this right here is how cheaply built the frame is. And I'm going to show you here in a second. But for the most part, and I'll show you the falls I took. I didn't take hard falls at all, or hard crashes at all. And it's so cheaply made that the ducts just break. Now, one of the ducts has wire management on there, right here. It's kind of a thicker piece of plastic coming out, and I'll get you a close up here. They don't break on those, but the other two parts of the motor mount to secure the motor to the duct and to the drone is just cheap, flimsy plastic. Just, I guess it's molded plastic, but It's just flimsy. It's cheap. It's junk. I mean, it breaks. You look at it wrong. It's breaking. Screws. All the screws on this just start backing themselves out because there's nothing for them to actually attach to screw into. The ducts are held on with all these little, you know, with the little screws here, but there's nothing underneath for them to attach to. They're just screwing into the plastic. You can see right here are the holes. They're just screwing into plastic, so you can't even tighten them down. They just break the plastic as they're going through, and they strip out. So I had to go through and throw some screw glue and some repair gel on most all of this, just so that I wasn't losing screws and it was coming apart. I mean, after my first flight, I mean, not even 2 minutes of a flight, because that's really all I get out of this is like 2 minutes. The top plate where the battery is mounted was coming off, and I lost 2 screws. And then I lost, see, 1 screw there and 1 screw there from the motor. I mean, it just comes apart. It just rattles apart like you wouldn't believe. So I'm going to switch over to a different view here, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of a close-up of this. But I wished that this would have been better. I mean, it was a very good price. It was $120 from Banggood. And the reviews that I saw, they were saying, you know, okay, maybe get the 6S version of it, but they were testing out the 4S, and they were like, oh, it's great, it runs great. Yeah, well, that's why you don't always believe what YouTube reviewers say. You know, I mean, they're given a product for free to give it a good review sometimes. And I know, I'm bashing YouTubers. But take it from me, don't buy it. It's slow. It's not very good. It's loud as hell. The motors are crap. It's not worth the $120. Spend another 20, 30, 40 bucks and get something much better. But all right, let's go over to a downward shot of what we're looking at here. Okay, so the Race Day Quads battery, the 850 75C, weighs in at, okay, why is that different now? Weighs in at 106 grams. That's what I'm reading here. The Tattoo Funfly 1300 weighs in at 150. So you're looking, you know, at a little bit more weight with the Tattoo Funfly. Not a huge amount, but enough for this drone, for this quad, that it flies like that. I mean, it flies like crap. And that's just the 40 plus 40-ish grams difference. That's what it does. So when I was running it with this guy and with that, we're sitting at, I don't know if you can see it or not. Here we go. It's 195 grams on top of it. It's not the lightest combination. So, as I said before, granted, this is probably too heavy of a camera to run on this little Cinewhoop. And you probably are going to want a, you know, like a naked GoPro, or what is it, the Insta360 SMO 4K, or like the one that I'm really interested in, to be honest with you, is going to be the Insta360. Was it the Go 2? Yeah, the Insta360 Go 2. Just that little tiny camera. The Go 1, no, because it only records for 5 minutes and then you're done. I think the Go 2 records for a little bit longer, and I have to look that up. And I'm probably going to order one up here pretty soon, just because it's so small and so lightweight, and it does a really, really good job with leveling, and it does perfectly fine. Most of what I record is in 1080p anyway. So stay tuned for a little bit more footage of that. All right. So, as I said before, I'm going to throw this on here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, if you look here, it's cracked. If you look here, actually it's not cracked here. I was trying to see if I can reinforce it with some Bondic. It's cracked here. And I'll show you underneath. Actually, it's probably easier just to show you on this. So, this is this was originally a duct that was on here that I ended up replacing. The cracks on the bottom are forming pretty much at stress points. There's stress risers here. As you can see, there's plastic on each side here, like, I guess, supports or whatnot coming down. And it cracks right there at that stress riser point. Right there at that stress riser point. And on this one, let's see if I can get in there and show you. Well, it's probably hard to see. This one's cracked right here, which is right there, right at that stress riser point. So they crack super, super simple. And this one even cracked all along here. All along the back, just this entire thing is cracked. And then just as I'm sitting here looking at it, here's another crack. I mean, it's garbage. I mean, these things are just so weak. And I'm trying to use Bondic to try and, glue it all together, or I guess it would be called plastic weld it all together. And that's just using this little guy. And, I kind of sand it down, and then I put the glue on there, or the plastic on there, and then I hit it with the UV light, which in turn cures it. And on a lot of my other stuff that I work with, non-drone related, it works perfect on plastic, and it does a great job. So I figured I would use it here. And it's helping out. It's allowing for me to continue flying this. Now, this brake here, these brakes, where it's cracked here, where else am I cracked at? I thought there was another crack somewhere. No, just here and there. I will show you, well, here's the footage, just to show you how hard of a fall I had to cause this type of a crack. So, yeah, that's all it took. It wasn't hard drops at all. This one wasn't really even a hard drop either, but I don't have footage of that, where it's cracked all along here and all down here, plus cracked there and cracked there. This wasn't really that tough of a break either. When it comes to these screws going into anything with some substance, The only place you're going to get that is on each side of the camera, because they're actually screwing into these risers here, and through the carbon fiber bottom plate and top plate, and on the back side. Other than that, every single one of these screws that are on this are just screwing into a hole like that. That's it. So they end up just stripping out. Super easy. There's nothing to stop them from. So you can't tighten. You can't tighten too much. So what I ended up doing was I put some repair gel on there, and that seems to help. I lost on my first flight. And I even went through and I kind of tightened these down a little bit all the way around, and they felt tight. And I lost two screws off of there. I will replace those. That's not a big deal. I just haven't yet. But yeah, I would say probably not the best choice. The quality of it is just horrendous. They could have done such a better job, because it is a neat looking little unit here. And just, I don't know, it just doesn't fly very good. Can't handle really any weight. Yeah. The VTX, or the video looks good, as you can see here. And oh yeah, one other thing too that happened. I did have a little bit of a soft landing, where it kind of flipped over, and it pushed my my session back like this. It ended up ripping the TPU mount here for the GoPro. Just ripped it, and it was just sitting back. And then this screw came out, or not this screw, but this screw came out, because there's just nothing for that to screw into other than this molded plastic. Also, I added zip ties all the way around, because these cables were starting to come out, and one of them, can't remember which one it was, took a little bit of damage from the prop. And then on the back here, your VTX, which I guess really isn't, or not VTX, your receiver, I guess really isn't that big of a deal. But it's not in there very secure, and just a little hot glue after you bind it and everything like that will take care of that. So, but it hasn't fallen out on me, so that's not a huge deal. That's just a Free Sky receiver though. Yeah, that's my little review on this. I mean, it's nothing special, nothing fancy. What I would suggest doing is spend a little bit more money and buy something else, because this just doesn't, this isn't worth it. Here, I'm going to take these off just to show you underneath the battery plate here. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is run this without putting Loctite or something like that, some sort of thread lock on these to secure your battery in, because I mean, 2 minutes after flying, and this thing was missing two screws, and it was loose like this. So I mean, another minute or two of flying, and this would have just come off completely, and yeah, it would not have been a good day. So here's the VTX. So I mean, nothing fancy, nothing crazy or anything like that. I mean, to get to the USB, USB port is, I can't see it here at this angle, but the USB port is right up in here. Yeah, right there. It's not too tough to get to. I mean, you can fit your finger in there. So if you can fit your finger in there, you can fit a USB cord, USB plug. All right, so this is kind of the conclusion to my video here for today. Bottom line, you do what you want. Again, I'm not a professional with this. I'm not an amazing drone pilot. I'm not an amazing, I'm not one of these guys that's super knowledgeable. So, again, like I always say, I take what I learn as I'm learning, and I try and pass it along. My views might not be the exact views that are the most accurate views, maybe, or most accurate views, but I'm just looking at this from the perspective of somebody who is new, and experiencing everything for the first time. Like, this was my first Cinewhoop. This was literally the first Cinewhoop that I've ever flown, other than, where is it? And I guess I can't really call this a Cinewhoop. It's a tiny whoop, so it's different. I got my 5-inch right there that I've flown, that I do fly. That one is different though. As I said at the beginning, Cinewhoops are more my style. That's more of what I want. As a photographer and everything like that, that's what I want. So I really, appreciate you following me along on this journey. So, anything helps. Subscribe. That's all I'm asking, is just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. The more of you that do that, the more I can actually do, if you like me. If you don't like me, then, well, just, say it in a comment or something, or hit me up on Messenger. One other thing I do want to say that I am going to end up doing with this, and it might be a stupid thing to do. I ordered a Shendrone Squirt. Just the frame and the ducks. I found a really, really good price, really, really good deal on Amazon. On eBay. Somebody was selling it really, really cheap. So I figured I'd grab it, and I ordered that, 2 weeks ago. I ordered this like a month ago, and it finally showed up. I think what I might actually do, just simply for my learning experience, is I might just take this frame and just throw it away, and take all the stuff from that frame. Maybe the motors, I'm not sure. The motors seem very, very just crappy. I might buy some new motors, and I'm going to throw it onto the frame. So I mean, everything else works fine. The motors just seem very underpowered. So for $40, I bought the Shendrone Squirt version 2 frame with all the parts, brand new, with 4 pairs of ducks, TPU printed ducks. You can't find that, if you go out and you look, you're not going to find that, find a better price on that. So that's why I jumped on it. And hopefully replacing the motors, new props, of course, because the Squirt uses different props than these things. Maybe it'll do a little bit better. So, and if not, then I just buy new stuff and I just upgrade it as it goes. So it's just going to be a learning experience, and I hope that you guys are going to be there with me. So, Again, I'm Matt with Crow Wing FPV. I'm an absolute FNG, so I'm a noob. But you know what? It's a little different perspective than the other guys' channels. So again, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, follow me, and come along this journey with me. Thank you.